which of the following do you believe to be true? A, Israelis occupy Palestinian land. B, Palestinians occupy Israeli land. As far as I know, no one's ever asked this question to a statistically significant audience in 4 countries. There is only one country in North America that believes the opposite is true, with the majority of us, Americans, 49%, believing that in fact Palestinians are the ones doing the occupying. Now, why is it we're so out of sync with these other countries? What is it that we know or are told that they are not? Well, I would say, many would say, more are saying it's because of the Israel lobby. Note that I'm not saying what was said in Valentino's Ghost, the Jewish lobby, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Israel affinity organizations that are tax-exempt charities that have as a primary objective the advancement of Israel. Look at the latest Pew Charitable Trust survey, you find that 82% of the Jewish population of this country does not belong to such organizations. They're only somewhat attached to Israel, 70%. Most have never traveled to Israel. 44% think settlement building is a bad idea. If you take that remaining 18%, multiply it by the adult Jewish population, it's about 774,000, or the population of Charlotte, North Carolina. And the lobby knows and talks about this internally, saying, you know what, someday we're going to be challenged on these numbers and all of these broad claims. We've given over $250 billion of aid to Israel, far more than any other country, inflation adjusted, and a large portion of aid is classified. President Obama made a statement at American University that it's now unprecedented, but you can't get the figure for intelligence aid. If it's unprecedented, and we know it military aid, it's either $1.9 billion a year or $13.2 billion if the president adjusted for inflation. But when you ask the CIA, which must be handling intelligence aid to Israel, they say, sorry, that's classified. And we're suing them for that information, by the way. The US gives over $3 billion annually, or 9% of the foreign aid budget, more than any other country. This amount is, question mark, statistically significant 2014 survey conducted through Google Consumer Research. 60.7% say it's either much too much or too much. The tax burden that this creates directly means that Americans, just to offset the subsidy, will be paying about $1 billion extra in taxes by the end of the year. So I would argue, in my book I argue, that America has been too easily moved, and that we're paying the transport bill, and that only through much greater awareness, and particularly focusing on many of these captured agencies, will we be able to stop this downward spiral.